Oh, it's your favorite things.
It's my favorite things. You finally figured it out.
And your room is like one of your favorite.
I love my room.
His most favorite thing right here.
Tissues. Welcome to my channel.
There's a dork in my room. Hello, people of America and other places. So today, I'm going to do a proper introduction video because I haven't done one yet.
I'm nervous. I don't even know why. If you guys hear the fan, I'm sorry, but it's just way too hot in here to not have the fan on. Okay. So, in my last video, I said that I was going to be explaining why I took such a long break, where I was, what was happening in my life, and I'm going to be splitting that up into maybe 2 videos. The second video might come a little bit later, because for that one I definitely figure out what I want to say and how I want to traverse that topic. But for this video, I wanted it to be 100% honest, genuine, filter-free, and unscripted. That being said, I have been thinking about this video a lot for a long time, and I thought that I was going to be making this video once I had moved out of my house, once I was able to support myself on my own, because I just thought that that was going to be when I was finally able to talk about this openly. But because of certain circumstances, not necessarily like bad circumstances, like I wasn't outed or anything, but just because of a lot of things that happened, I ended up coming out to my parents and family and friends and everything, and I've been just really like welcomed with support for the most part, and so I felt like it was time for me to make this video, because I've always wanted to make this, and I've always wanted to just genuinely be open and talk to people, because I know there are a lot of kids my age, a lot of kids like me that just don't feel represented, don't feel like there's someone like them out. And I know that now there's a lot more trans people in the media, but I just feel like there's not a lot of like younger, just positive influence, just doesn't make their entire life or their entire like identity about being in the LGBT community. Like, I don't talk about it obviously that often on this channel. I think I mentioned being pansexual in a video once, but it's just like part of my identity and I'm proud of it, but it's not my entire like life, it's just part of me. And so I don't know, I just really want to be an advocate or somebody who can help others with my story, if I can in any way, you know what I mean? So you read the title, you heard me talking. I've been talking for a good few minutes already. So if you guys have been on my channel for a while, you know I always intro my videos with like, hello, my name is Jordan and welcome to this channel. And now I'm going to be opening with, hello, my name is Ella and welcome back to this channel. I don't know, I'm going to do a different intro probably, because this is a different portion of my life. But yeah, I guess I should probably like boldly say it, because I've just been kind of beating around the bush. I am transgender. I'm a transgender woman. If you want to get more specific, I identify as demigirl. If you don't really agree with non-binary, or you don't necessarily understand it, or you know, just something like that, it's just a girl basically. Like, that's fine. I don't really care. Yeah. I go to like therapy. I've been diagnosed with dysphoria, all that stuff. I'll hopefully be starting hormones within the next few months. And I guess that's all for the technical part. Okay. So when I was a freshman in high school, I came across a person by the name of Elliot Harding on YouTube, and they identified as a demi boy. Yeah, a demi boy, and I was so like confused and like intrigued by what this identity was, so I started looking into this identity, and then I stumbled on like different types of non-binary identities, and I found a YouTuber named Chandler and Wilson, who I still love, and they identify as agender, and I found that label. If you don't know what that label is, I found that label, and I just thought, like, that's absolutely amazing. That's how I feel, I think, and so from then on, internally, I started going by like agender, and like online I'd be like they them pronouns, which I think a lot of people do when they first start out learning about their gender identity, and I think from that point once I like started researching it and started getting into it, I really just like I knew that I definitely leaned more to the feminine side of the spectrum, and I didn't want to accept it for a long time. If you know me like personally, then you'll know that I was raised in a very Catholic household. I went to a Catholic elementary school from pre-K, which is like daycare basically, to 6th grade, so that was about 9 years of my life. And then after that I was still very active in my church that's like down the street from my house, a little ways over there. I was very active in that, and so once I started like getting these thoughts of being transgender, I was like, that's not okay, right? That's not a thing. Like, it's okay for other people, I support you, but for me, that's not right? And I sort of just stuck with the non-binary identity because I thought like, okay, I don't have to transition, I don't have to really do anything, and I'll just be comfortable with they, them pronouns, and I can wear whatever I want and act however I want, and it'll be fine. And that's kind of how I identified in my brain for a while. Keep in mind, I've already come out as pansexual to my family and everything, so that was already one hurdle to get across for, the Catholic household. So the second one, being trans, is a whole nother ball game, so I didn't want to go through that again. And so the older I got, just like the more life experience I got, the more I like researched into this world and stuff, I really started to realize like, oh, I'm definitely more feminine, on the feminine side of the spectrum. And then my dysphoria started getting worse, and I didn't really know it at the time, but it just started getting to a point where I was like, okay, I can no longer identify as nothing, as like agender or like non-binary, because I know for sure that I just don't feel right in this body and with the sex that I was assigned at birth, like at all. I knew that I never really felt comfortable with it, and it took until after puberty and after I started like coming to terms with like my body that I was like, this isn't right, like this don't work. And even when I was a kid, I never really like gave a fuck about gender roles. Can I say that? This video is not going to be monetized anyway. I never cared about gender roles, like, it's just whatever, like, that's just a thing that society kind of tells us to do. I don't want to say it's just a construct made up by society, because that's been overused, but that's what I mean. But yeah, I started coming to terms with it when something happened this year, which is the thing that I'm going to talk about in another video. But something happened, and I really just realized, like, I have to accept myself, because at the end of the day, I am really, like, I'm the one who's going to take care of me internally and, like, externally. Like, people can help, but at the end of the day, I'm going to be the one to take care of me the most. And so if I'm going to do that, I have to start accepting myself first before I can even think about other people accepting me. So I just started, like, internalizing it. Like, I was like, okay, like, this is me, I guess. Like, there's nothing I can do to change it, so might as well not try and run from it. So in September, I believe, I came out to my dad, and he had a lot of questions, of course, and I told him, like, okay, I'm gonna tell you something, don't ask me anything until I'm done telling you this, because it's really important. And I told him, and then at the end I said, like, okay, do you have any questions for me? And so he asked me a lot of questions, obviously, and it was just very, like, it was very professional. Like, it was, of course, like, emotional, because you're like, oh, your child just told you, like, that they feel absolutely uncomfortable in their body, and that's gonna be a bit, like, heartbreaking to a parent, because, like, why did I not see this, or could I have prevented this? And I also know that some parents will go through grief because they feel like they're losing their son or daughter. So if they say something like that, but you know that they're, like, genuine, like, they do accept you, but they're like, oh, I feel like I'm kind of losing my son or my daughter, that's just, like, their way of coping with it. So really don't take that too personally. I know I'm kind of going off in completely different tangents. I hope this makes sense. This is gonna be a pain in the butt for me to edit. But yeah, so I came out to my dad, and then the next day I came out to my mom and my sister, and they were both very supportive. My sister's exact words were, "Do you want a chip?" after I told her. So, I mean, they were both very supportive and cool with it. I mean, well, you know what I mean. They weren't, like, chill, like, alright, man, but they were, like, accepting. So, yeah, that's basically, like, the whole story. After that, I started going to gender therapy, and we started talking about ways to, like, start hormones and start, like, medically and socially transitioning and stuff like that. And now I'm just kind of living my life. If you've been on my channel for a while, or on my social medias for a while, you can definitely see that I've changed a lot. Even, like, from that first clip in the video, you can see how I've changed. And that's just because I'm really, like, I'm really at a point where I'm just, like, myself to the fullest extent. I was, like, bullied in middle school for being, like, more feminine, so I tried to, like, kind of hide that away, and obviously it didn't work too well. If you guys want me to do more videos on, like, how to come out, how to accept yourself, more about being LGBT and religious, I can definitely do some of those. Do whatever you want, feel however you want, be however you want. I just really wanted to make this video to just be able to talk to you guys a little bit, openly talk about this. I know it was all over the place, and I freaking rambled and got on a million different separate tangents, but I hope maybe you took something away from this, and if you did, that makes me really happy. And yeah, probably should have scripted this. But next video, I promise, won't be extremely serious like this. It'll be maybe another cover, or No, I know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a makeup video. So I'm really excited. So if you guys want to see that, please make sure you subscribe, like, comment, do the little bell thing so you get your little notification for when I upload my makeup video, because I'm really excited and I really want you guys to watch it. And yeah. So until next time, I hope you guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. And feel free, if you want to message me on Instagram or Twitter, and I will try my very hardest to get back to you as soon as I can if you have any questions or anything. I've probably turned off the comment section on this video because I don't really want to get hate or anything, which I know you guys are really cool and you guys won't hate on me, but I don't know, I just kind of spooked about getting hate. So turn off the comments, but if you guys do want to message me on any social medias with any questions or anything, I will be more than glad to answer and have a conversation with you or just be friends with you. And until next time, I hope you guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. And I love you all, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.